friends. Hi, it's Ms Brynn here from the Cazenovia Public Library. I'm here for our virtual story hour. Today's Tuesday, March 15th, and our stories today are going to be about St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is this coming Thursday, so we're going to read some books today, and we're going to read some more books on Thursday about St. Patrick's Day. When we're talking about St. Patrick's Day, we're going to talk about the color green. Green is a lucky color for St. Patrick's Day because St. Patrick's Day is a holiday, about the Irish, and green is one of the colors of the Irish flag. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get started. We'll get started right away with our name song. To do that, we pat, clap, pat, clap. My name is Ms Brynn, Ms Brynn, Ms Brynn. My name is Ms Brynn. What is yours? Say your name nice and loud for me. Great job. I'm going to do it again, and this time, every time I go like this, you get to say your name nice and loud. Pat and clap. Pat, clap, pat, clap. Your name is... And you're my friend. I'm so glad you are here today. Let's get all of our wiggles out and get ready for our stories. We'll wiggle from our toes all the way up through our fingertips reaching the sky. Wiggle your head gently. Wiggle your arms. Wiggle your body. Get all those wiggles out. We will do open, shut them, and then we'll sit down for our first story. Are you ready? Oh, I still had some wiggles in my fingers. Let's do open, shut them. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, slowly creep them right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not let them in. One more time. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Great job, my friends. Wow, we are just rocking and rolling today. We are going to get started with our very first story. This book is called Happy St. Patrick's Day, Curious George. It is a board book. It was written by Cynthia Platt and illustrated by Mary O'Keefe Young. This is Happy St. Patrick's Day, Curious George. You see how sparkly that cover is? Ooh, fancy. Wearin' o' the green. Top of the morning, George. It's time to romp and play. With a party, dancing, and parade, everyone's Irish today. Head into the closet. Is there green in there? You have to dress up special. St. Patrick's Day is here. Little monkey top hat. Fancy green plaid vest. George picks out his finest so that he'll look his best. Heading down the staircase, George can't believe his eyes. His friend is dressed in yellow. Now that's a big surprise. Eating breakfast quickly, and then they're on the run, heading off to start the day with leprechaun-filled fun. So what did we learn about St. Patrick's Day on this first tab? Something Ms Brynn mentioned at the beginning. Green is the color that we wear on St. Patrick's Day. It's festive. Oh, this tab is called Trapping Leprechauns. Special table on the grass for each laddie and each lass. Those are words for boy and girl. Lots of scissors, lots of glue, colored paper, glitter too. Yarn and cotton, crayons new, decorate this box for shoes. Giant paintbrush, paint in gobs, green and yellow, rainbow blobs. George is ready, craft is done. Now it's time to have more fun. Let's catch a leprechaun. So these boys and girls are crafting boxes to catch leprechauns in. Friends, have any of you ever heard of a leprechaun before? Yeah, so a leprechaun is this idea that it's a small person who collects gold. And if you catch them, you get to keep their gold. And it's kind of a tradition that's around St. Patrick's Day. Oh, we're going to learn some more about it here. This one says, pot of gold. Crafts are done, outdoor fun. Kids are out to play. Everybody's dressed up for this special day. Chocolate coins, all kids join, treasure hunt is on. Look around to find the gold that's hidden on the lawn. Pot of gold, wealth untold, George found the rainbow's end, the kind of loot to share around and not the kind to spend. Music starts, George departs, it's Monkey on the run. He doesn't want to miss a beat. The dancing has begun. So these friends were hunting for leprechauns and they found chocolate coins instead of real gold. How fun is that? Sounds yummy. This tab is called Step Dancing. Girls with curls tap and swirl, knees rise up with glee. Kick and jump, toes go thump, dancers 1, 2, 3. Circle dance, bounce and prance, round and round they go. Arms at sides, bright high strides, cheeks and eyes aglow. George jumps in with a grin, monkey toes a tappin'. Dancers smile, crowd goes wild, everybody's clapping. So this kind of dance that these dancers are doing is called an Irish step dance. It's a traditional way of dancing from Ireland. It's very fun and upbeat with lots of kicking and stomping feet. And maybe you can find some, maybe your grown-ups can find a video of some on the internet for you to see. It's very cool, Irish step dancing. This tab is called Four-Leaf Clover. Then the fiddlers start to play and George jumps up with glee. Green balloons, snappy tunes, George watches from a tree. What's that on the ground there? Oh my, it cannot be. George jumps over. A four-leaf clover? How lucky could he be? George thinks for just a moment before he makes a wish. Then he sniffs, takes a whiff, and wishes for... Before we turn the page, let's think. What kind of things might a monkey wish for? Yeah, maybe he's wishing for bananas. Maybe he's wishing for more gold coins. Maybe he's wishing to spend more time with his friend. I guess we'll have to turn the page and find out. But he found a lucky four-leaf clover. This summer when you're playing in the grass, you can probably find some three-leaf clovers. But a four-leaf clover is very special. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled, which means look very carefully. All right, let's see what he wishes for. An Irish dish. I think in this case, a dish means food. Let's read. Tasty roast potatoes, warm and filling stew, fine corned beef and cabbage. There's just one thing to do. Monkey at the table, eating up his fill, starting to feel full now. Well, that is until dishes piled with sweet things, green punch in a bowl. George jumps up to get some. Punch bowl starts to roll. Oh no. Oh no, oh my, what has he done? George jumps up to clean. He smiles at his good friend and sees at last he is wearing green. His friend laughs and gives a hug, but now they're running late. They're going to a big parade, and George just cannot wait. What happened to the man in the yellow hat? Look at the picture. What happened? It looks like George, when he spilled the green punch, it landed on the man with the yellow hat. And now his outfit is kind of green. It's a little bit funny. This last tab is called George Loves a Parade. Bagpipes blow, drums beat low, music fills the air. Bands in green fill the scene, the parade is finally here. Festive floats glide like boats down the crowded street. Irish flags, tail wags, marching to the beat. Looking round, lost and found, at last George sees his friend. Green and happy, looking snappy, here at Rainbow's End. Lots of towns and cities have big St. Patrick's Day parades. It's a great time for people with Irish heritage to celebrate their culture. And everybody kind of enjoys feeling excited. It's the beginning part of springtime. So St. Patrick's Day parades are very fun. This book was called Happy St. Patrick's Day, Curious George. And we learned so much from that book, didn't we? Whew. My brain feels much fuller. Does your brain feel much fuller? Yeah, we learned lots of cool things. I was thinking, since we are talking about St. Patrick's Day and things that are green, I was looking around the story garden and I found, what kind of animal is this? It's a frog. It's a frog on Ms Brynn's head. It's a frog on Ms Brynn's shoulder. It's a frog on Ms Brynn's, what part of my body is this? My elbow, right? I have a frog on my elbow. I have a frog on my nose. I was thinking we could sing 5 Green and Speckled Frogs again. It's one of my favorites. And once I saw my friend, the frog, and we were already talking about the color green, it made me think of it. Would you like to sing that with me? Awesome. Let's do it. We'll keep our frog friend right here with us. He can actually be on my shoulder right now. Are you balanced? I think he is. We're going to start with 5 frogs. Let me see your 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready? 5 green and speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 4 green speckled frogs. Croak, croak. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 green and speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 3 green speckled frogs. Croak, croak. 1, 2, 3. 3 green and speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are, good job, 2 green speckled frogs. Croak, croak. 2 green and speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is 1 speckled frog. Croak, croak. 1 green and speckled frog sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no, zero, none. Speckled frogs. Croak, croak. Let's count back up. We started with 5. Let's count one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That song is super fun. I love it. I think our frog friend loved it too. I'm so glad I found him in the cupboard. Our next story, I'm going to settle back down into our seats. Our next story is called Fluffy's Lucky Day. And there's actually a couple stories in here. So we'll read the first one and we'll see where we're at for time. But this is Fluffy's Lucky Day by Kate McMullen, illustrated by Mavis Smith. I ask you guys this a lot. When I say that it's by Kate McMullen, that means that she wrote the words and illustrated by Mavis Smith. What does illustrated mean? Yeah, drew the pictures. You guys are so smart. So this is Fluffy's Lucky Day. Fluffy is a classroom guinea pig. So we'll see what happens to Fluffy on St. Patrick's Day. I love green. Today is our lucky day, Miss Day told her class. Is it? Thought Fluffy. Oh boy. We have a visitor from Ireland, said Miss Day. This is Mr. Kelly. He's Jasmine's grandfather. He has come to tell us about St. Patrick's Day and about the green land of Ireland. I love green, thought Fluffy. Mr. Kelly had on a green shirt and a green vest. He had on green pants and green shoes. He wore a red scarf around his neck. Top of the morning to you, said Mr. Kelly. I love green. Me too, thought Fluffy. Fluffy is thinking about lettuce. That must be what Fluffy likes to eat. Ireland has green grass, said Mr. Kelly. I love grass, thought Fluffy. Ireland has hills of green clover, said Mr. Kelly. I love clover, thought Fluffy. Take me to Ireland. On St. Patrick's Day, said Mr. Kelly, everyone in Ireland wears green, even the leprechauns. He walked to Fluffy's play yard and picked Fluffy up. He said, a leprechaun is a wee one, no bigger than this guinea pig. Hey, who are you calling a wee one? Thought Fluffy. Leprechauns always tell the truth, said Mr. Kelly. They are grumpy and very rich. Every leprechaun has a pot of gold. I wish I had a pot of gold, thought Emma. Me too, everyone said. Me too. Fluffy was not sure what gold was, but everyone wanted a pot of it, so Fluffy wanted one too. If you catch a leprechaun, you can get his gold, said Mr. Kelly. How? Asked Maxwell. Yeah, how? Thought Fluffy. Keep your eye on him, said Mr. Kelly. He cannot disappear while you are looking at him. He will try to get away, oh yes. He will try to trick you, but keep looking at him. At last he will give up and show you where his gold is hidden. Have you ever seen a leprechaun? Asked Wade. I've caught one, said Mr. Kelly. He is in my pocket. Mr. Kelly reached into his pocket. Come out, Tom, he said. Fluffy's eyes grew big. He couldn't wait to see a wee one. Oh, my stars, said Mr. Kelly. Tom has disappeared. If you see him, keep your eye on him and catch him. Fluffy did not see Tom, but he hoped he would. Then he would catch him and get his pot of gold. After all, thought Fluffy, today is my lucky day. We're going to keep going for a little bit, okay? Next part is called Fluffy Meets a Leprechaun. Will you stay for our St. Patrick's Day party, Miss Day asked Mr. Kelly. We're having green cupcakes, said Emma. With green sprinkles, said Jasmine. I'll stay, said Mr. Kelly. Fluffy closed his eyes. He pictured Ireland. He saw green grass and green clover and green beans and all sorts of good green things to eat. Fluffy saw himself dressed in green with a red scarf around his neck. Fluffy walked down the green road. He heard a noise. Tap, tap, tap. Fluffy looked behind a bush. A leprechaun, thought Fluffy. Top of the morning to you, leprechaun, Fluffy said. The leprechaun jumped. Oh, my stars, he said. Fluffy looked at the leprechaun. Where is your pot of gold, said Fluffy. Over here, said the leprechaun. He pointed in the field. See it? Fluffy was about to turn his head, then he remembered. He had to keep looking at the leprechaun. The leprechaun led Fluffy to a field of weeds. My gold is buried here, he said, under this weed. Fluffy knew the leprechaun was telling the truth. I will get a shovel, Fluffy said. I will dig up your gold. Fluffy had to find this weed again, so he tied his red scarf to it. That was good thinking. Do not take the scarf off while I'm gone, said Fluffy. I won't, said the leprechaun. Fluffy knew that the leprechaun was telling the truth, so he ran home for a shovel. But when he came back, he got a big surprise. What did that leprechaun do? A red scarf just like his was tied to every weed. Which weed was it, said Fluffy. There was no way to tell. So that leprechaun didn't lie. He didn't take off the scarf. What he did do was even trickier. He put scarves on all the weeds. The leprechaun told the truth, thought Fluffy, but he tricked me. Now I will never find his pot of gold. Fluffy heard someone laughing, and he knew it was the leprechaun. All right, this last section is called Fluffy's Lucky Day. We're going to read this section, and then we're going to do our Days song, and we're not going to read a third book because this book is so long, but we'll save our other book for Thursday. All right, so this last part is called Fluffy's Lucky Day. The laughing grew louder. Fluffy opened his eyes. He was not in green, green Ireland. He was in his play yard. Fluffy was dreaming. All the kids were laughing. They were having their St. Patrick's Day party. I guess I'm not invited, thought Fluffy. This is not my lucky day. Fluffy went to his food bowl. He looked in it and he saw something. A leprechaun, said Fluffy. That's a surprise. Oh, go away, said the leprechaun. I am taking a nap. Fluffy said, Are you Tom? The leprechaun said, Maybe yes, maybe no. Why should I tell you? You are Tom, said Fluffy, and you are grumpy. Tom frowned. So what, he said. All leprechauns are grumpy. All leprechauns are rich, too, said Fluffy. I want your gold. Tom pointed to the far end of the play yard. A pot of gold is over there, he said, but it is your gold. Fluffy smiled. You can't trick me, he said. I will not look over there. Have it your way, said the leprechaun, but I'm telling you, the pot of gold is there, and leprechauns always tell the truth. Is this a trick? Fluffy wondered. He tried to keep one eye on Tom and tried to look at the pot of gold with the other eye, but he couldn't do it. I'm going to look, said Fluffy. Do you promise not to move while I turn my head to look? Tom nodded. I promise, he said. Fluffy knew the leprechaun was telling the truth. Fluffy turned his head. He saw a little pot. Could it be a pot of gold? Fluffy turned back to Tom, but Tom was gone. Hey, said Fluffy, you promised. Fluffy heard Tom laughing. I promised not to move while you turned your head to look, said Tom. But I never said I wouldn't move while you turned your head back. Oh, those tricky leprechauns. Tricky. Rats, thought Fluffy. Tricked again. He ran over to the pot and looked inside. Inside the pot were bits of golden corn. So this is gold, thought Fluffy. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Fluffy, said all of the kids. That was a surprise from them. What do you know, thought Fluffy as he ate some corn. It is my lucky day after all. So that was kind of a long story, but it was super fun, wasn't it? I thought it was a pretty good one. I had never read this story before. This was Fluffy's Lucky Day by Kate McMullen, illustrated by Mavis Smith. We'll save our third book for Thursday because we have some stuff to talk about still. We need to talk about what day today is. I think I said at the beginning of story time, but today is March 15th, 2022. It is a Tuesday. So let's do our Days of the Week song and see where we are in that, okay? All right. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Let's double check our days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And where in our 7 days is Tuesday? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3. It's our third day of the week. Today is Tuesday, March 15th. It's March. We're about halfway through March. March is going very quickly, I think. The good news is that at the end of this week, we're going into a new season. So let's do our month song and let's do our season sit down song. And then we'll only get to do that one more time because we're going to be going into a new season next week. I'm so excited. Okay, so first our month song. What month are we standing up on? What month did I say we were in? What month did I say we were in? Do you remember? You're right. It's March. We've gone through January. We've gone through February, and it's March. So let's do our month song, and we'll jump up and put our hands in the air when we say March. Listen really well. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. We'll do it one more time. Remember to jump up on March. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Can't believe we're already on the third month of 2022. It's going so quick. All right, so I mentioned that we were going to be changing seasons this weekend. So we only have one more week to enjoy the season that we're in. Not that the weather is going to change necessarily, but it will be a change of seasons. So what season are we in right now? It's the season with the snow and the cold weather. You got it. It's winter. It's winter right now for just another week. What season is coming up next? If we're almost done with the snowy, cold season, what season comes next? Yeah, spring comes next. And in the springtime, we'll get some flowers and we'll get some warmer weather. You may have noticed the birds are around more. We had a time change this past weekend, and so now we have more sunshine in the evening. And so we're seeing more birdies and more springtime animals. It's coming. I can feel it. We just need to trust our calendar. All right, so we will do our winter sit-down song. And then once we're settled, we'll do our goodbyes, and I will see you next time. So let's first be snowflakes. Today and Thursday will be our snowflake days. Down, down, cold and white, snow is falling day and night. Good job. Let's do it one more time. Down, down, cold and white, snow is falling day and night. Ooh, I almost lost my voice there. I was so excited. All right. Now that we're back in our seats, let's say our goodbyes. I will see you again on Thursday. We'll do some more St. Patrick's Day stories. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Miss Jenna has her story time here at the library at 10:30, which you're welcome to come to. So those are the things we got going on. Oh, I meant to tell you, if you liked some of our St. Patrick's Day stories, in the library, in the children's section, there are some St. Patrick's Day coloring pages and lots of St. Patrick's Day and Irish books to look at. So you can come and take a coloring sheet. That would be fun to do, right? I think so. Let's do our goodbye song. Put our hand and our elbow. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. See you next time. Goodbye, friends. One more time. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. See you next time. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.